Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rajiv Gupta. The institute name is Srimati M.D. Patel Institute of Physical Science and Research, Anand. The course name is MSc Organic Chemistry. Semester is first semester. Subject is Organic Chemistry first and its subject code is PS01CCHE22. Unit first, stereochemistry, and today we are going to talk about elements of chirality, where we will read about chiral center and its CIP nomenclature, its Kahan-Ingold Prelog's nomenclature. So this is our topic. There are four types of elements of chirality as we read before: chiral center, chiral axis, chiral plane and helicity. In today's talk we learn about chiral center and its CIP nomenclature. So first we revise what is chiral center or chirogenic center. A tetrahedral site or atom, okay, a tetrahedral, it should be tetrahedral. A tetrahedral site or atom or site could be a carbon atom or nitrogen atom or other thing, but in case of organic chemistry we will consider this site as a carbon atom, okay, around which all the four attached groups are different, is called chiral center or chirogenic center. A tetrahedral carbon where all the four attached groups means directly attached to this tetrahedral carbon, that four groups should be different. As we see in this structure, this is the example of lactic acid, where we can see that this central atom is a carbon atom which is tetrahedral sp3 hybridized, and these all four substituents are different. This is carboxyl group, this is hydroxy group, this is hydrogen atom, and this is methyl group. So all the four groups are different, which are directly attached to this central tetrahedral carbon atom. So this carbon atom is chiral center in this case, because if we make interchange of any two groups, then we get a new stereoisomer which is enantiomer of this first one. So it is clear that this carbon atom is chiral, okay, because it creates a new stereo, because these both are not superimposable on each other. So a new stereo is generated due to interchange of any two groups. So this is called a chiral center, which should be a tetrahedral carbon. Now what is the definition of configuration? Configuration is three-dimensional arrangement of atoms or groups around the stereo center or chiral center. Around stereo center, the arrangement of atoms in 3D is called its configuration, okay. Now we have learned in a previous lecture where we represent configuration in different types. There are total 4 types: Weiss die, Fischer projection, Newman's projection and Sohort's. We read these representation in that lecture. Now in today's talk we will assign RS nomenclature or RS system to this chiral center. here in this lecture we will consider only chiral center. Okay, we consider only a chiral center. So this assignment of configuration we can made for Wedge dash, Fisher projection, Newman's projection and Sauer's representation. There are many types of assignments for chiral carbon or chiral molecules. Generally we represent a DL configuration or DL assignment where we see generally it is assigned for carbohydrates and amino acids, DL configuration, where we see hydroxyl group or amino group position in Fisher projection, whether it is right hand side or left hand side. Okay, so it is a relative configuration. Here in this lecture we will consider this RS system. Okay, this RS system, RS system where we use CIP nomenclature, and this is trans EZ and sin anti assignments generally assigned for to show geometrical isomerism for diastereomers. Okay, so here in this talk we will only consider this RS system. Okay, which will come out from using this CIP nomenclature, which is actually absolute configuration of a chiral center. Okay, this RS nomenclature, this RS system is absolute configuration for a chiral center. Okay, also for chiral axis and other things, but here we will consider only chiral center. Now what is RS configuration? To assign this RS system we use, because we know for a chiral center there could be two types of configuration can be possible. Two types of configuration could be possible. If we interchange any two groups in odd manner or one time, then we get its enantiomer. So for one chiral center we get two types of configuration. So one type of configuration will be assigned as R, capital R, and the other configuration will be assigned as S. Okay, that depends on these rules, which are CIP rules, comes under CIP nomenclature. First we assign a numbering to the four attached groups to the tetrahedral carbon atom according to CIP rule or Kahan-Ingold-Prelog's rule, which is also called sequence rule or priority rule. Then after assignment of that numbering 1 to 2 to 3 and 4, 1 2 3 4, numbering to the different groups which are directly attached to the tetrahedral carbon, we will apply chirality rule. In first step we will apply this CIP rule, and then in second step we will apply this chirality rule, and finally we will get whether it is R or whether it is S. Means the chiral center configuration is R or it is S. Generally here R is a short form of rectus and S is the short form of sinister. So start to find out RS configuration of a chiral center. First we are to apply CIP rule, okay, to give priority to all the four different groups which are directly attached to tetrahedral carbon, chiral carbon. All the four different groups will be provided a priority order. Okay, this will be the first step. Then in the second step we will apply second rule, which is chirality rule, to finally assign RS. Okay, so let's see what are these rules. Now first we see CIP rules. The first rule is higher the atomic number of directly attached directly attached atom to the chiral center has higher the priority. Okay, means a group which is directly attached to chiral center, that atom which is present in that group should be directly attached to the chiral center. Okay, we will see the atomic number, means proton number of that directly attached atom to the chiral center. Consider this example. Here it is shown as a Fisher projection. Okay, it's a Fisher projection with a chiral center. This central portion is chiral carbon, and all the four groups are different. Here all the four atoms are different: iodine, fluorine, chlorine, bromine. All the four atoms are different. So what is the rule? We will see atomic number of directly attached atom. Here chlorine is directly attached to this chiral carbon, bromine is also directly attached to this chiral carbon, this also and this also. So directly we will see the atomic number of this. We know that if we observe periodic table, the iodine has the highest atomic number, so it will get highest priority. So we will give it number 1. Then we know bromine has lesser atomic number compared to iodine, so it will get second. Now chlorine comes after bromine, it will get 3, and last one, which is lightest atom in these four atoms, so its atomic number is 9, so it gets lowest priority 4. Okay, so this is the CIP rule, where we give priority order according to atomic number. We see atomic number of directly attached atom to the chiral center. Now consider this structure where this carbon is chiral carbon and this carbon is not chiral. Okay, only a single carbon is chiral carbon. Directly attached atoms in this structure: fluorine, carbon, nitrogen and oxygen. Here hydrogens are not directly attached to this carbon. Here this hydrogen is not attached to this carbon directly. Here this again. Okay, so here we will check atomic numbers of fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen and oxygen. Obviously we know that fluorine has highest atomic number in these atoms, so it will get number 1. Then comes the number of oxygen. Okay, its atomic number is 9, its atomic number is 8, its atomic number is 7, and carbon has atomic number 6. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so the priority order is, we can write like this: iodine greater than bromine, then chlorine and fluorine. This is the decreasing order of their atomic number. Likewise we can observe here that fluorine gets highest priority, then hydroxyl group, then amino group, and then last one is methyl group. So this is the first CIP rule. Now move next rule. Heavier the isotope will get more priority. Heavier the isotope means if proton numbers or atomic number are same for both type of atoms which are directly attached to chiral center, then we check their neutron numbers, or we may check their atomic weight. Okay, their atomic weight. Consider, first we check actually atomic number, then we will move towards isotope, means neutron numbers. Directly attached atoms are chlorine, fluorine, deuterium and hydrogen. So first we will check atomic number. Chlorine has highest atomic number in all above. So it get number 1. Now fluorine. Now consider these two atoms, hydrogen atom and this is deuterium. This has one proton and zero neutron, and it contains one proton and one neutron. So atomic number of both the atoms are same and both are isotopes. Okay, but deuterium also contains a neutron, so its atomic weight or atomic mass is higher than hydrogen, so it will get higher priority compared to hydrogen. So it will get number 3 and last one is number 4. So priority order is chlorine, fluorine, deuterium and hydrogen. So first of all we will check atomic number, then we'll move towards atomic mass. Now the third rule is, if directly attached atoms to the chiral center are same, okay, are same, then move towards next atom and check its atomic number. Okay, if directly attached atoms are same, which are directly attached to chiral center, then we will move towards next atom. Okay, here in this example, directly attached atoms of groups are carbon, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen. Okay, so first we will check atomic number of all the 4 atoms. The highest atomic number is for oxygen atom, so hydroxyl group will get highest priority, that is 1. Then nitrogen atom has high atomic number, okay, so it will get second. Now these both carbon atoms are same, so we will move towards next atom. Further attached atoms to this carbon atom are 3 hydrogen atoms, hydrogen, 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 these 3 hydrogen atoms, and directly attached atoms to this carbon atom. Okay, this carbon atom are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 carbon atom. Okay, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 carbon atom. So we will check the atomic number of these atoms. Here all the 3 atoms have 1 atomic number. Here 2 have 1 atomic number and 1 has 6 atomic number. So this portion means this ethyl group will have priority over this methyl group. Okay, so priority order is first hydroxyl group, then amino group, then ethyl group, then last one is methyl group. Now you can also consider this example where we will check first highest priority depending on atomic number of atoms which are directly attached to this central atom. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, carbon, so first hydroxyl, then second this. Now check here, directly attached atoms are hydrogen and chlorine to this carbon, and here 3 fluorine atoms to this carbon. So remember, we will not add atomic number of these 3 fluorines. We will consider atomic number of a single atom which is directly attached to this carbon. Okay, so chlorine has atomic number 17, which is highest, which is high compared to a fluorine atom which has atomic number 9. So this portion, chloromethylene group, this portion will get high priority compared to this trifluoromethylene group. Okay, so this is the priority order. Now the fourth rule is multiple bonds. Multiple bonds are treated as follows. If a group which is attached to this chiral center, this is chiral center, chiral carbon, and a group which is attached to this chiral center and this group contains a double bond or triple bond. Okay, a double bond or triple bond. So double and triple bonds will be treated as like this, means we will break a pi bond, because we know a double bond contains a sigma bond, a pi bond, and triple bond contains a sigma bond and two pi bonds. So we will imagine we break one pi bond and we make two sigma bonds. Okay, break one pi bond, okay, one bond, and form two sigma bonds, two covalent bonds, and this portion which is directly attached to this double bond will comes here. Okay, and this portion which is directly attached to this double bond will come here. Okay, now if we break this triple bond, then if we break one bond, as we know if we break one pi bond, then we get two sigma bonds. If we break two pi bonds, then we will get four sigma bonds. Okay, four. So it happened two times, so here B symbol comes two times, again this two times A. So we will create multiple bonds like this. For example, if we want to provide priority order to these four different groups, so first check directly attached atoms to this chiral center: fluorine, nitrogen, carbon, carbon. Okay, so highest atomic number is for fluorine atom, so it will get 1, then nitrogen atom it will get 2, then both carbon atoms are same, both carbon atoms are same. Here we can directly apply this rule. We know that the rule of move towards next atom, where two oxygen atoms are directly attached to this carbon, and here one oxygen atom and one hydrogen atom is directly attached to this carbon. So obviously we may consider this as higher priority compared to this formaldehyde group, this aldehyde group. But if we break this COOH group, so C double bond O, if we break C double bond O, then we will get this C double bond O, one pi bond break, then here we will get oxygen, and this group goes to here, COH, and this oxygen here. As we see here in this example, B goes to here and A goes to here, like this. This portion which is A goes to here, and this portion which is B, it goes to here. Okay, so here we see that three oxygen atoms are attached to this carbon. If we break this C double bond O, then we get COCH. Okay, this portion is A which comes here, and this oxygen here. So here directly attached three atoms are hydrogen, oxygen, oxygen. So here three oxygen are present, and here two oxygen and one hydrogen. So obviously this portion which is carboxylic portion, carboxylic group, it will have higher priority compared to this aldehyde group. Okay, so this is the these are the four rules to assign priority order, to define priority order of all the four different groups which are directly attached to chiral center. Here a question is given: arrange the following in decreasing order of priority according to CIP rules. Okay, we are to arrange these groups which are directly attached to chiral center according to priority order or CIP rule. So see, this is chlorine atom and this is single bond, means here chiral center is present, here chiral center. This single bond, this bond which is shown here, this single bond is directly attached to chiral center. So first compare to this atomic number which is directly attached to chiral center. This is chlorine atom. Here directly attached is carbon. Here not chlorine is directly attached. Okay, here carbon atom is directly attached to chiral center in this chloromethylene group. Okay, this is chloromethylene group, this is other group, and this is tertiary butyl group. So this is chlorine, here carbon is directly attached, here carbon is directly attached, here carbon is directly attached. Okay, so what we will see, the highest priority will be for chlorine atom because it has high atomic number compared to carbon. In all other examples, in all other options, directly attached atom is carbon atom. Okay, here carbon, carbon, here also carbon. So it will get highest priority. So chlorine has highest priority. Then comes here. What is tertiary butyl group? We know that. Now here we move towards next atom. We will apply third rule, move towards next atom. Next atom are three which are directly attached to this carbon atom, 2 hydrogen and 1 chlorine. See here, 2 hydrogens and 1 carbon. These iodine atoms, 3 iodine atoms are not directly attached to this carbon atom. Okay, so 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 carbon atom. Here if we see what is tertiary butyl group, so this is tertiary butyl group. Okay, this is tertiary butyl. This carbon atom is which is directly attached to chiral carbon. This here methyl group, and here also methyl group, means 3 carbon atoms which are directly attached to this carbon atom of this tertiary butyl group. So what will be the order? This is the second option. Here 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 chlorine. Okay, here 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 carbon. So what is the order? This will come at second position. Now see here in these two options, CH2, Ci3, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 carbon atom directly attached to this carbon. Here 3 carbon atoms are directly attached to this carbon atom. Okay, here 3 carbon atoms and here only 1 carbon atom and 2 hydrogen atoms. So tertiary butyl group will get high priority compared to this group. So now at third position it comes. Okay, and last one is this group, CH2, Ci3. Now see this rule where both the portions which are directly attached to this chiral center. See, this is the example of Fischer projection where this carbon atom is chiral carbon because hydrogen group, hydroxyl group, this carboxylic group, and this complete group is different. All the 4 groups are different, though this carbon atom is chiral carbon. Okay, this carbon atom is chiral carbon atom. Again this carbon atom is also chiral carbon atom. Okay, but see this carbon atom, here hydrogen atom, this hydroxyl group, and this group, lowest group, and this topmost group are same. See the molecule, both are same. It means this should not be chiral. This carbon should not be chiral carbon. But if we see the configuration of this first carbon atom, which is chiral, it has R configuration and it has S configuration. So their configuration are different. This has R and this is S, and both parts are mirror image, this top part and this bottom part. So this carbon should be chiral according to this definition. Okay, this configuration, actually both groups are same, but their configurations are different. So this type of carbon atom is called a pseudo chiral center. Okay, this is called as a pseudo chiral center. So if we assign RS nomenclature to this pseudo chiral center, we consider this rule where R get priority over S, means R configuration of one portion has high priority compared to this second portion which has S configuration. Okay, so this is also a CIP rule where we apply see the configurations of these two portions and see the configuration of this pseudo chiral center. Generally this is called pseudo, not chiral, this is pseudo chiral center. Okay, now this is the last rule. Lone pair gets lowest priority. Suppose the example is this amine derivative. In this amine derivative, a hydrogen atom is present, this methyl group and this ethyl group, and here a lone pair is present. This nitrogen atom is sp3 hybridized, so it has tetrahedral arrangement with lone pair. So all the four groups are different, so this molecule is chiral. Okay, but optically inactive because pyramidal inversion is also present in this molecule, but actually it is chiral. So if we assign we can assign this 1, 2 and 3 and 4 priority order according to CIP rule. So here we see these carbon atom have highest atomic number. First of all, we will check atomic number directly attached to tetrahedral moiety, tetrahedral atom, which is nitrogen here. This is C2H5, this is CH2. Obviously C2H5 will get first priority, then methyl group, then hydrogen group, and last priority will be given to this lone pair. Okay, so lone pair will get lowest priority. So these are the CIP rules to give priority order, okay, to all the four groups attached to chiral center. Now comes to the chirality rule. What is chirality rule? To assign R or S, we make a arc, okay, a arrow. We make a arc, we make a arrow. Direction as 1 to 2, 2 to 3. These are priority orders. 1 priority to second priority, second priority to third priority. In this direction we make a arc in that molecule, in that Fischer projection or whatever is given. If its direction is clockwise, means this arc direction is clockwise, then we will assign capital R. And if its direction is anti-clockwise, means its head is directing towards anti-clockwise direction, then we will assign S. Okay, we can observe or apply chirality rule. Directly we can say clockwise means R, anti-clockwise means S. We have to move from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Okay, according to this priority 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. If we will get clockwise, then R, and anti-clockwise, then S. We can observe or apply this chirality rule to the following given Fischer projections. Okay, so we see this rule using Fischer projections. This is a general Fischer projection where we have to observe or we have to see the lowest priority group, which is fourth number priority group. Okay, we have to see it could be present on this vertical line on top or on this vertical line at bottom, or it can be situated at horizontal line at left hand side on at right hand side. Okay, so if it is present on vertical lines, generally we say the vertical line is principal carbon chain. We can consider as principal carbon chain. If it is situated at vertical line which is away from the viewer, as we have seen in Fisher projection 3D view. So if we get clockwise rotation, then we will get R and we will put the result as it is, means R. If we get anti-clockwise rotation, then we will get S and we will put the result as a S as it is. Okay, but if it is present at horizontal line, which that lowest priority group, which is fourth number priority group, if it is present at horizontal line, then we will change the result. If we will get clockwise direction of arc where we get capital R, then we will change the result, or we will convert the result into S. If we get anti-clockwise movement of arc from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and we get S, then we will change the result and we will get result, then we will get capital R as a result. Okay, so in Fisher projection we have to remember these things. This is chirality rule. This chirality rule which is associated with Fisher projection. Okay, for Fisher projection we will consider this thing. Okay, chirality rule where we will move from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and also we will see the presence of this lowest priority group, either it is on vertical or either on it is horizontal. Now see the example, this molecule where all the four groups are single atoms: iodine, bromine, chlorine, fluorine. We first, according to CIP rule, first we start with this numbering 1 2 3 4 numbering according to CIP rule, priority rule. First number will be given to iodine, then second number bromine, third number chlorine, and fourth number fluorine according to their atomic number. Okay, now in chirality rule we will make a arc 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Okay, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. See the direction, it is moving anti-clockwise. Okay, it is moving anti-clockwise, so we will get capital S. So this chiral center has S configuration, or it is denoted by capital S. Okay, we don't change or reverse the result, because the fourth number atom present on this vertical line. Okay, consider this example where the fourth number atom present on horizontal line. Now according to chirality rule we will move 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Okay, here we will not see fourth number. We only see 1, 2 and 3. Okay, we cannot move in this direction because after 1 we will get 3, but after 1 we should get 2. Okay, so we will move from 1 to 2 this direction, so we get clockwise arc. Okay, this clockwise arc, so the result should be R, so we get R. But we see here that fourth number atom priority group present on horizontal line, so we will change the result, and actually the absolute configuration of this chiral center is capital S. Okay, now see this example, this question: what is the absolute configuration of the molecule given below? What will be the absolute configuration of this molecule? Options are RR, SS, SR and RS. Means we can understand from seeing these options that there are two chiral centers are present in this Fisher projection. See, this carbon atom, which is directly attached to this aldehyde group, this fluorine atom, this hydroxyl group, and this complete group. All the four groups are different, so it is a chiral center. Again, this carbon atom, second number, it is also chiral center. Okay, so we have to give configuration for both the chiral centers, both the chiral carbon atoms. So what will be the configuration? Let's see. First we see this carbon atom. Directly attached atoms are fluorine atom, carbon atom, oxygen atom, and carbon atom. So obviously the highest number is 1, that is fluorine. Second number, this is oxygen, this is carbon. Okay, this is carbon and this is carbon, so it is 2. Okay, now this is carbon atom which is directly attached to this tetrahedral carbon, chiral carbon. This is also carbon atom which is directly attached to this. So we apply the third rule, which is move towards next atom. If we move towards next, we also use here in this aldehyde group multiple bonds rule, where we break multiple bond and convert all bonds into single bonds. Here C double bond O will be break and we will make as we see in multiple bond rule how we treat these. So here carbon atom directly attached to this carbon, here carbon directly attached to this, both are same. This carbon is attached to oxygen, hydrogen, and this carbon atom is attached to bromine, directly attached to bromine, carbon and carbon. Okay, it is clear that bromine atom has high priority, high atomic number. Okay, so this carbon atom will get third number priority. Okay, so obviously this is the fourth. So now apply chirality rule 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Okay, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. What we get? This clockwise arc. Okay, this clockwise arc. So we should get capital R. But the fourth number priority group is situated at horizontal line, this horizontal line. So we will reverse or we will change the result, so we will get S. So actually this has S configuration. Okay, first one has S, this has configuration. Now consider this second chiral center. This second chiral center, now assign all the four priorities accordingly. This carbon atom directly attached to this bromine, carbon, carbon, carbon. So bromine will get first. Okay, now this carbon, carbon, carbon. Okay, so move towards next atom. Apply third CIP rule. Next atoms are here 3 hydrogen, here 2 oxygen atoms, and here 1 fluorine atom. Okay, 1 fluorine atom. Oxygen atom has atomic number 8 and fluorine atom has atomic number 9. So this portion, this group will have second priority. Okay, now this carbon and this carbon, obviously carboxylic group will have higher priority compared to this methyl group. So it is third number and this methyl group is last one. So now apply chirality rule 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Okay, 1 to 2. First we get 2, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. We get this anti-clockwise direction. So we should get S. But fourth number priority group is situated or attached to this horizontal line in Fisher projection. So we will reverse the answer. It is R. Okay, it is R. So this is R. Now I erase these things. So it is S and this chiral center configuration is R. Okay. Now what will be the correct option? A, B, C, D. What will be the correct? What should be correct option? C. If we consider IUPAC system, then the first number goes to here because carboxylic functional group has highest priority in IUPAC system. So according to IUPAC numbering system, one number will be given to this carbon. This is second number carbon, this is third number carbon, okay, and this is fourth number carbon actually. Okay, 1 2 3 4, this is principal carbon chain. Okay, never mind ki here fourth number present at horizontal, it could be here or here, there will be no effect on this RS. Okay, so 1, this is second number, third and fourth number. So according to IUPAC we will give this yeah, or write according to this IUPAC system. So at second number, this second number chiral carbon has R configuration. So first we will see this R that is related to this carbon, and then third number chiral carbon atom which is present at third position, this is S. So this D option is correct option. Okay, this D option is correct, which is RS. Okay, understood? So the you can also try yourself how to find out RS system. First we apply CIP rules to give priority of the four functional groups for the four groups which are directly attached to chiral center. Then after that we apply chirality rule. Okay, but we have to remember that the fourth number priority group either situated on this horizontal line or vertical line. Accordingly we change the result. Thank you for listening the lecture.